guys, welcome to Man v Miles. I'm here with Matt Gardner, nutritionist for the Stars, performance nutrition expert, and we're here today. We've got the Race to the Stones coming up. I'm running that very soon, and I wanted to sort of have a think about how you approach nutrition on the morning of a race, specifically when you haven't really got much time. So the Race to the Stones, it kicks off at, my start time is 7:45, so I've got to be up brutally early to get ready, get changed, get all my gear on and think about breakfast. It's also a multi-stage event, so day 2 I'm going to be in the campsite and I've got to think about how I'm going to get food in a way that I'm going to start running that day at 6 in the morning. So I don't want to be waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and getting my stove out, cooking up porridge and having heavy things for me to start running that early. So I thought, get you in and we'd have a really good chat about how I can approach what I kind of see as like a liquid nutrition. How do I get a liquid breakfast into myself? Full of energy, trying to keep my sugar levels even throughout the sort of first part of that race.
Yeah, saying all the good things.
To power me through. And then also just something that's nice and quick and simple that you can make the night before, stick it in the fridge, or you can have it so you can shake it up when you're there on the campsite the second day. So I was going to get you to help me out. And the first thing we've got, I guess, what's your feeling about approaching nutrition in the morning like that? What's the main things for people to look out for?
It's one of those things where, as a runner, your gut is the most important organ. So you need to make sure that before race day, so the day before, say, of the morning of the race, so we're putting a few things together for that, you need to consume something that you've had before, so your gut's used to it. So Kieran's obviously gone in with liquid nutrition a lot, and we've got loads of different things, whole foods, a few drink products and things, but he's used to everything that we're using today, and that is the main takeaway for you watching this. It's one of those things where there's so many different techniques and tips and things I can give, but you need to kind of train your gut to be able to use these kind of things, and that's something that Kieran's done completely. So we've got a mixture of fats, we've got some fruit obviously for energy, for sugar, we've got some spinach, which again, you may not need to put a large amount of that in, but Kieran enjoys it, he enjoys the taste profile, so it's something that he's trained over time to be able to work well and use.
Absolutely, and I've also got one of these bad boys to make it all. This is the most enormous NutriBullet I've ever seen.
It's absolutely massive.
It's the NutriBullet PX. It's the latest bit of kit, and it comes with a small kind of small jug. Is that going to be enough for me?
I think so. You can probably get like a 12-person in there.
I might do it for the whole 10 come race day.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So what have I got? For me, the kind of things that I look for, as you said, I will take a whole chunk of spinach, and I'll put a lot into the water. I like my smoothies nice and green. Not everyone will go for that. Plenty of spinach in there. I'll go for a small, maybe a little kind of palmful of blueberries. Chuck a couple of raspberries in there.
Yeah.
Got to have an avo. On race day mornings, people have seen me peel an avocado with my teeth and eat it like an apple when I have nothing else to do. But this is really good for that kind of, you can tell me for the energy throughout the day, right?
Yeah, basically, obviously, he's putting a good form of fat in the tank, which he's going to use during the race, because the intensity with this kind of race, you're not going to be absolutely redders the whole time. Heart rate's going to be a little bit lower, so he's got a chance to use fat for fuel, if you've ever heard of that kind of term. And then also, the avocado with the fat content within it will help absorb the nutrition in the berries and the spinach as well. So if you're using fruits or vegetables, think about pairing them with fats.
Okay, so also another thing that I will use, and I vary this up, but Matt has recommended Motion Nutrition. This is a vegan protein powder. And again, what's the value of me adding that into the mix, Matt?
So obviously it just gives you a bit more of a balance to the smoothie. So we talked about the fats, we talked about the carbohydrates, and then we're going in with a little bit of protein. But then for most people, things like yogurt, can you transport it in mornings, race days? Can you keep things cold? It's quite hard. Obviously meat, fish and eggs, they're very high in protein. They're quite hard to transport. They might not be palatable in the mornings and things like that. So we're using these protein powders, and this is actually a peanut derivative. There's lots of different types, but for a plant-based protein, the taste profile of Motion's quite nice, and then they come in these little sachets, so you can just bang it in. You can put it all over yourself like you're in.
I'll just back there. Yeah, this is brilliant. Actually, I spent a lot of time in pre-race sort of vacuum sealing proteins into packets, so this is nice and handy. It's really portable. That's a big bonus. And then finally, I'll whack in maybe a little bit of peanut butter. I also like to use almond nut butter instead of the peanut butter, but again, just a bit of that to give it a little bit of taste.
Again, it's for the consistency. You know, you can have smoothies that are a little bit thicker, and then also
a bit more water.
the thing with adding avocados and peanut butter or any kind of nut butter as well is you're increasing the kind of caloric value of the smoothie, because obviously Kieran's about to run a stage race. He's about to be on feet for hours, so it's one of those things where it's going to be tough for him to recover and eat for energy maintenance and balance, but then at least beforehand he's putting in good forms of fat, you know, they're higher in calories, and he's going to start to, you know, fuel his body.
Right.
See if this absolutely works.
Let's hope it does. It's got buttons that you have to press. There it goes.
Perfect.
There you go, there it is.
Absolutely found liquid nutrition, guys.
Have a taste.
I can just see you go.
There we go.
So again, that's spinach, a handful of berries. It's gone in with raspberries and blueberries. We've gone in half an avocado, a couple of tablespoons of nut butter, peanut butter, and then water. But there's also a few other kind of coconut milk. You can use almond milk, like Kieran was talking about. Some people again go for cow's milk, whatever works for you. And
add a bit of coconut water if you like it. If you want something that's a little bit sweeter, you know, for taste, then you can add a bit of coconut water as well.
Yeah, fair.
All these kind of things work. Yeah.
Decent. Very peanutty.
Really nutty.
But tasty.
But really good. Great.